Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Welcome back. And those that are new, welcome. Ocasio-Cortez fumes at CNN for Trump Townhall. They should be ashamed of themselves. Wow. Yeah. If the ultra-progressives like AOC, the rhinos like Rick Wilson, which you'll see a little short video earlier, give you a heads up. He used the F word a couple times. If you don't like that, turn down the sound. If they're freaking out that President Trump was on CNN town hall meeting in New Hampshire, then we know for absolute certainty that it went well. It went extremely well. Now, he stumbled a little bit, and President Trump at the beginning mentioned the election of 2020, which I can't go into details because this website won't allow it. You know, I was a little hesitant when he first agreed and they announced he was going to do it. But the so-called, and I use air quotes for this, moderator that was there, Caitlin, I forget her last name, who cares? She was so nasty and so ridiculous. Now, you got to remember, this is a Republican audience, live audience. This is concerning the Republican nomination for president there in New Hampshire. So they're going to skew his way or at least not hate his guts. But she just ran out. She looked horrible, absolutely horrible. And you'll see some of the videos here. In fact, before we get into this story, let's show a couple. Now, we're just going to play a short collage here, and then I'll show you some individual clips that are really interesting, actually.
What's the first thing you would do to help bring down the cost to make things more affordable?
Drill, baby, drill. And by the way he got out of Afghanistan was the single most embarrassing moment in the history of our country.
Why did it take you 3 hours to tell them to go home?
I don't believe it did. Oh, let me pull it out. I have to pull it out.
I'm 26. I'm a veteran. I help manage a private aviation company.
You want a job?
I'd love one, yeah.
I'm looking for somebody very good.
Do you want Ukraine to win this war?
I don't think in terms of winning and losing. I think in terms of getting it settled so we stop killing all these people and breaking down this country.
What do you think weapons
I was
and
impeached
funding?
by a crazy woman named Nancy Pelosi.
But the question here is, would you give Ukraine?
The country is being destroyed by stupid people, by very stupid people.
You once said that using the debt ceiling as a negotiating wedge just could not happen. You said that when you were in the Oval Office.
I was president.
So why is it different now that you're out of office?
Because now I'm not president.
No, I got to stop. That was excellent. That was pretty good. I got to give it to him. There's only a little bit more here.
Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's the answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to, you're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Let me just be very clear. What we saw tonight was outrageous.
Yep, absolutely outrageous, and I loved every minute of it. Now, let's check out a question by the gentleman here in the audience concerning the people that are being held for the January 6th riot on the Capitol.
Question to you is, will you pardon the January 6th rioters who were convicted of federal offenses?
I am inclined to pardon many of them. I can't say for every single one because a couple of them probably they got out of control. But, you know, when you look at Antifa, what they've done to Portland, and if you look at Antifa, look at what they've done to Minneapolis and so many other places. Look at what they did to Seattle and BLM. Many people were killed. These people, I'm not trying to justify anything, but you have two standards of justice in this country. And what they've done, and I love that question, because what they've done to so many people is nothing Nothing. And then what they've done to these people, they've persecuted these people. And yeah, my answer is I am most likely, if I get in, I will most likely, I would say it will be a large portion of them. You know, they did a very, and it'll be very early on. And they're living in hell right now.
So when it comes
they're
to
living
pardons,
in hell. And they're policemen, and they're firemen, and they're soldiers, and they're carpenters and electricians, and they're great people. Many of them are just great people.
Now, there you have it. It's really amazing. It truly is. I thought it was more than a reasonable answer. Yes, I'm going to pardon people. Am I going to pardon everybody? No, because he's a reasonable guy. Yes, some people destroyed property. Some people assaulted law enforcement. So they should get whatever the law allows them to get. We're coming up on 2.5 years. And some of these people haven't even gone to trial yet, and they're still incarcerated, no bail. Meanwhile, people that actually caused damage to cities all over the country in 2020, especially BLM and Antifa riots, had dozens of people killed, billions of dollars in damage. Many of them were arrested. Well, I shouldn't say many. A tiny percent were arrested with no bail. Nothing will dissolve a country faster than a two-tier justice system. Now we're going to hear Rick Wilson, the founder of the Lincoln Project, one of the biggest scams in the history of political action committees. What a scumbag this guy is. Now, he's going to swear a couple times for those of you that aren't into the F word. But this shows you how ridiculous and how panicked they are. Because it looks like, as time goes on, even with civil suits for $5 million for assault, even with the stuff in Georgia, even with the stuff he was actually arrested for, looks like Donald Trump is pretty much guaranteed to win the nomination. And they're freaking out. So listen to this moron. And I didn't beep out the F word, so be careful for that. And here it comes.
We're in a break now from the presidential town hall with CNN, Caitlin Collins. And whatever the fuck they thought they were going to get out of this, they instead have set a match to democracy once again. You are letting an insane person stand there and make people giggle and laugh when he jokes about rape. You make people giggle and laugh when he jokes about abortion, when he calls an African-American police officer a thug. This insanity should be pulled off the fucking air. Chris Licht, you should be ashamed of yourself. This is astoundingly bad for the brand of CNN. It's astoundingly bad for the country. And it's astoundingly bad, honestly, folks, for every other Republican candidate in the primaries. Wrap that shit up. It's done. You saw this tonight. You know you can't beat him on the stage. Everybody else, oars up, time to go to work because he's going to be the nominee. This shit is unfucking believable. I've never seen anything like it. It is a disaster of the highest fucking degree.
Yeah, incredible. Incredible. Well, first of all, he didn't make fun of abortion. He called it like it was. When he called the so-called African-American officer a thug, that was the individual that shot and killed Ashley Babbitt, the only fatality of the January 6th riot. Unarmed, he just shot her. And then joked about it in a way, in a kind of a weird way, and just was proud of it later. An unarmed veteran of the United States. He called him a thug. I don't think that's outrageous. He didn't do anything like this guy's describing. They're freaking out. CNN gave Donald Trump a platform. Okay. No, the fact of the matter is, MSNBC, CNN, almost all the social media besides Twitter has had one-way street for Democrats and progressives for years. And now someone they literally hate is in their sphere of influence, so to speak, and they don't like it. Well, you know what? I really don't care. You can kiss my... Let's check out some other video here. Now, this is about the documents in the so-called Mar-a-Lago raid I'll tell you what, guys, I hate to sound nasty, but can you imagine living with this woman with her attitude? Can you imagine being stuck with her? My God, my God. I mean, I could barely tolerate her for the hour and 15 minutes I watched. But they're going back and forth on the Mar-a-Lago raid and these classified documents and how 1,800 boxes that Biden has scattered all over the United States is nothing compared to what Trump did. It's amazing to me. Well, rather than go into detail, it's a really short clip. This is a great line by him, by the way.
A subpoena to return.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's the
mind?
answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
See, I always got to get the last word in. Nasty, nasty, nasty is getting away from her, and I'm sure she's getting in her ear. She's getting the producers going, it's out of control. It's out of control. Trump's making a joke out of this. What do we do? What do we do? Press harder. Bring up January 6th again. Bring up the 2020 election again. Oh, that's not working. All right, let's try to classify documents. People suck.
It's very simple. You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
I think
And there you have it. You're a nasty person, and she is. So let's listen to our favorite Congress member, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Disinformation, but I think it was a profoundly irresponsible decision. I don't think that I would be doing my job if I did not say that.
Doing your job as a Congress member is about misinformation at a town hall meeting on CNN? That's part of your job? Because they see their job as activists and not elected officials. Let's hear what this moron has to say.
And what we saw tonight was a series of extremely irresponsible decisions that put a sexual abuse victim at risk, that put that person at risk in front of a national audience, and I could not have disagreed with it more. It was shameful.
I think a lot of people are going to echo those points in the coming hours and days.
Yeah. And the MSNBC moderator says, I think they're going to echo it in the upcoming days. You know what? They're starting to lose. Love Trump or hate Trump, he's really putting it to them. Let's read a little bit of the article here. AOC ripped into CNN for his town hall with former President Trump on Wednesday night, saying network should be ashamed of themselves. And you saw the video. This falls squarely on CNN. The audience is cheering him on and laughing at the host, and they should have been. She was a miserable, miserable person. This was a choice to platform lies about the election on January 6th, with no plan to have their moderation interrupted without consequence, or moderator interrupted without consequence. Because we control CNN. We control what comes out of MSNBC. And you let him in. You let him in our territory. How dare you? How dare you? Here we go. CNN should be ashamed of themselves. The audience is cheering him on and laughing at the host. Yeah, of course they're laughing at the host. Ocasio-Cortez also appeared on MSNBC, what a shocker, on Wednesday and continued to rip into CNN for the event, saying it promoted atrocious misinformation. Oh, really? You mean like the Russian hoax? The Russia? How about the picture of you with a couple other people looking through a fence? And supposedly the story went, you were standing there leaned over and crying in anguish, looking at the poor migrants and how they're being treated. And then when you saw the real picture and it was really pulled back, you were pretending migrants were there and it was an empty parking lot. You mean that kind of misinformation about children in cages? You mean that kind of misinformation? I think it was profoundly irresponsible. And I wouldn't be doing my job if I did not say that. It was shameful. Your job is a legislator. I used to be one, but at a local level on city council. But the concepts are the same. You think your job is to be an advocate. The announcement Trump would appear on CNN, a network from whom he's famously feuded with, any Republican has. Trump's comments were often met with supportive laughter and applause. At one point, he quipped Collins as a nasty person to cheers, and she was. Ocasio-Cortez is one of the many outspoken liberals to vent over Trump getting a platform. That's the thing. You can't have your voice heard. See, because they think that the American people, the public in general, are so freaking stupid they can't tell BS from reality. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. But they can't take the chance that 5 or 6% in the middle will change their mind. Some protest accounts didn't do enough to fact check him. Or like when Collins said there were, in the last year there were 200 mass shootings. Who fact checked her on that? Placed in an untenable position given the partisan audience, Wilder said CNN CEO Chris Leach was nakedly placing ratings above journalism. CNN was in the toilet when Trump announced he's running for president in 2016. Nakedly placing ratings above journalism? I mean, you got a serious set of balls. You got a nerve on you I'm glad my tooth doesn't have. The format was impossible, and CNN's bosses should have known that. Grace Litch is rapidly becoming the Elon Musk of CNN. MSNBC contributor Charlie Sykes fumed. It's amazing to me. You can read the rest of the article. Along with trashing the verdict that's on the civil suit, Trump claimed that Carol was a whack job. That's the person that sued. The former president also reiterated that he had never met this woman and claims this is a fake story, a made-up story. Trump questioned repeatedly about January 6th and some of those taking part on the assault in the Capitol were chanting, you can read that there. I'd rather not read it on this website. And that's the thing. That's what hurts Trump with moderates, independents, conservative Democrats, is the 2020 election and January 6th. And that's why they started off right off the chute. We're talking about a person running for president, again, and being in the primary process. This is a town hall to do that. The questions aren't being asked by the moderators. The questions are being asked by the audience. But they're on the air 15 seconds. She started with the 2020 election from her. No question from the audience. And Trump, being the personality that he is, would not allow that to happen. So there you have it. And there's some video that I played, some reactions. And I'll put it to you this way. When the Democrats and the progressive Democrats start freaking out, then you know for a fact that it went really well. Because they're freaking out. How dare you give him a platform? It's a platform to do what? 99% of what he said, everybody already knew anyway. But he opened himself up to a whole new audience that has never seen Donald Trump without being edited to death and words twisted. And that's what they're afraid of. I think it went well for him. It could have went very badly. I think it could have been extraordinarily good for him, but I think it went well. And it could have been a lot worse. So time to move on to the next part of the campaign for the presidency. I don't think CNN will be doing a town hall in the near future, but we'll see. Tell me what you think. And until next time, goodbye and good luck.